What is up, everybody? Emperor Freed here, recording a new video. Well, the remnants of one or something like that. I don't know. I kind of just wanted to basically talk a little bit about, the next coming days, as well as what I plan for upload, since I kind of have beaten ranked already. There's not much for me to get in ranked ones, so I've declared that mode as beaten. But I kind of wanted to ask y'all, what do y'all think of this? So I have two things in mind. One is a guide. I want to kind of make a guide on how to go from a complete beginner to like a pro. I think everybody's done one of these, but not everybody has made a super simplified guide. I think that when making guides, you want to make stuff as simple as possible. One, because it shows that you know what you're talking about, right? Because obviously anybody can just use a bunch of technical jargon and be like, oh, you gotta nair, stare, do all of this jazz, use your brain in here, like, to make some sort of guide, right? But I think that only goes so far in actually helping people, because there's always going to be somebody that doesn't know, right? And so I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I can make a guide with no notations. Like, this guy's kind of beating me up because I'm talking, but like, maybe I could make a guide with like no notations and be like, well, what we have to do here is etc., etc. And I think it would come out good. It'd definitely take a while. Would be pretty ambitious, I think, all things considered. Also, I appreciate so much you guys' feedback on my last video. This guy is trying here on the Tesca. I'm sick. I thought he'd give me it. Whoa, I tried to jump over that. That move is busted. But anyway, I think making a guide would be pretty cool. I'd make it like just about the simplest it could get. I'd go over some notation. I call it notation, but it's like ser, nair, like that. I consider that to be like notation. I don't know. That's just how I call it. But it might be something else that you guys call it. I don't know. I've always just called it notation. It might just be moves or like abbreviation for moves. Maybe that's easier, but I don't know. This guy's really platform camping me in experimental. This is crazy. But yeah, outside of that, I think if I don't do that, I'd want to he caught me. That hit me. Okay, chillax. I think that instead of that, I think that doing something like a coaching viewers would be pretty cool too. Like, you guys send me in Discord like your clips and I just go over them. I think that'd be pretty fun. I could like compile enough clips to make like a whole video and basically like go over what everybody is like messing up on. I think that'd be pretty fun. But both of these ideas are gonna have to like wait a bit, because kind of like I replied in the comments, I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed. That's it's kind of, I don't know how many of y'all know what like your wisdom teeth are, but they're basically the teeth that you can't see. They're like behind your gums, and a lot of adults have them removed like later in life, but my dentist said I have to remove mine now, so we're gonna go do that. And I'll basically be out of commission for a while, because getting rid of two teeth that are at the back of your like mouth kind of causes some problems if you just be talking a bunch. So I probably won't be able to do much. I know I already called out of work for like a whole week, and hopefully it heals by then, but I really don't know how long it's gonna take. And honestly, I don't really want it to. If it could be up to me, it'd be over pretty quick. But these things take time to heal, and I've never had my wisdom teeth removed, obviously. So hopefully everything is a-okay. Anyway, besides those two things, again, I really appreciate you guys coming out on my last video. I think it has like something like 800 views, which is crazy, because I just got started back uploading videos, but I guess people were pretty interested. I saw some comments of people saying that like 2500 gameplay looked pretty boring, but the thing about Brawlhalla is that it doesn't matter who you are. You can only hold so much information in your head, right? We're all humans, and we can only memorize so much stuff. So I only have so many situations in my head that I can memorize in a given match. Like, unfortunately, the way this game works, like at really high level, is that you're fighting like a library of what people know. So like half of the game is like mental, right? So obviously you have your mental, like how much you can hold inside of a match. The only thing I can do, say, is I can always know what dodge they're gonna do. Like I can always remember the last dodge they did, and I can try to punish off of that. But that's like the only thing that I can do. All right, because that's as far as my memory goes. My short-term memory is kind of bad. I can only remember one dodge, and I don't remember anything else they do. Well, then if you find that that one thing is working, you're gonna keep doing it. And this is like pretty much the driving factor behind low elo gameplay. You always try to do stuff that works. You don't really try to mix up like a bunch of options. And while mixing up is good, you don't need to do it unless your opponent is very, very good. So if I'm fighting like, say, Sandstorm is very good at reading people like option wise. Like he will remember like after a couple moves have happened what you did, like in response to, like, say I do a Sair on Sandstorm and he dodges in. The next time I do a Sair or whatever the hell I said, he's gonna read my he's gonna read that he dodged in last time and then switch up his dodge. And so then I need to adapt, and I can't keep doing the same thing, obviously, because he's always just gonna dodge the other way. And you kind of keep going back and forth with this, and that's kind of how neutral is built. This guy. Oh, that didn't come out as a side stick for some reason. I don't know. I'm kind of playing bad today, but disregard it. You're gonna do something, Bucko? Oh, you're just gonna nair me. That dropped for some reason. Thought he'd approach. Alright, he's dead. But basically, like, in this game, it's really hard to keep track of a lot of things. So, automatically, when one thing is working, do not overplay. Play to the skill level of your opponent, because or at least a little bit better, because that's really all you need to win. It's not very overtly complicated. Maybe it sounds a bit complicated, like, all right, but I'm like doing so much more than my opponent, I'm not winning. Well, because you're changing your options too much, and while your opponent might not be reading that option, it's taking a hindrance, because you're trying to read more and more stuff, and it's not helping. Okay, Jiro, man. There. I tried it. I whiffed. Alright, he's dead. Never mind. This map blows. Ew, gadget user. I try to recovery him. Oh wait, I have another stock? I thought the game was over. Bro, I was like, oh, I'm one stock red, I'm about to lose. Let me go focus up. What the heck, man? I wasn't focused on the stock count. I thought I was at 1. But yeah, do not overplay. Overplaying is the crux of losing, and I learned this when I was watching FaZe on, and he's talked about it. He was like, yeah, the reason I lose a lot, or why people lose in general against lower elo players, is because they just be overplaying. Like, you don't need to do a lot to beat some people, and that's just the case. Some other players you need to do a lot, and it's not very fun, but at most you should have to do only 3 to 4 things to beat a player. Like, some players, it's very easy to beat them because they keep doing the same mistakes. Like this Kaya, I don't know yet because I haven't hit him, but I can hit him with like side light, and then notice that they keep messing up. Like that. Okay, they dodged away. For all I know, the Kaya could keep dodging away for the rest of the game, and that's all I have to read. And then all I need to do is play defensively. Alright, or as many people call it, passively. Even though there's like a difference between playing defensively and playing passively. If I know what you're gonna do, then there is zero reason for me to like. See, he keeps dodging away. But like, there's no reason for me to like overplay. All I need to do is stick to this one plan, and it'll work. He dodged in that time, so he switched it up. So now I need to add to the thing. I know that he can dodge in, or he can dodge away. So we gotta incorporate that. All right, he dodged down. So now we know he wants to dodge in the general vicinity. So we got down, in, and away. And then he dodged down, and I went to go read the dodge down by resetting with another side lay. So he's also running towards me. So he's also playing very aggressive. And he's kind of throwing himself at me without really doing moves. So what do I know? I know he likes to dodge away, he likes to dodge in, he likes to dodge down, and that he likes running at me. So I just wake up with end light there. One, because the weapon's near me. I cover myself with a move because, again, he likes aggressing. He just keeps running at me. He keeps running at me. He dodged down, which we knew from before. He dodged away there. I went to go catch it, and I missed. I suck. Disregard. I haven't been able to hit that combo in a couple days. I have to go lab it. Like, I keep messing it up. Dodge down. Okay, he didn't dodge that time, but as you can see, we're just kind of like, we know his game plan so far as to what he wants to do. He wants to run at me, he wants to hit me with a move, and he wants to do one of like 3 dodges. There he was horrified that I was going to hit him, so he just kind of ran away, which is a first. This guy hasn't ran away yet. There he gave me a free hit, so we just take that. And I'm always staying outside of his hit range because I know that if I get too close, I have the like chance to get hit by something. So that was completely random. I was not reading that. That was not an option in my head that I thought he could do. I wasn't reading wake up GC side stick. So he caught me with it. It was like I couldn't predict it. Here. And light. Okay, so now he's GCing. So we're gonna add that to the plan. So I did the nair there just in case he woke up with a GC. And I'm really like, notice how I'm not like really like pushing into him. Like, I'm taking up space with guns, but I'm not really like pushing into this guy all that much. I'm kind of just waiting because I just need to be in the general vicinity to punish him when he messes up. He could have killed me. I don't know why he didn't. I messed that up. I could have just killed him. But yeah, he had me dead, and he didn't do GC the like ground pound. But yeah, you kind of just need to like realize what people's game plans are, and you can win like that. And you can like that's why I say that I'm losing because I'm talking, because there'll be something that I'll read in their game plan, and then I'll just start talking, and then I'll forget it, like it'll misplaced in my head. So there's one of two things. If you know their game plan and you're like still messing up, it could be one, because you're you don't know what to do in that situation. You can know what somebody wants to do and still not know what to do against them. So basically, I think an example of this, okay, that was so random. So no dodge. Okay, he waits on ledge before coming up. He doesn't really come up right away. No dodge again. There. Okay, that was like a possibility in my head, like the down six, so I kind of just stood away from him. Plus, it was like better to go for a ledge guard anyway. Okay, this is not a very good player, but like a situation where you know what they're doing and you just don't know what to do. Like, so I know what they're doing, right? Like, say I know that they dodge up and away, but I have no clue how to punish dodge up and away. And that's like my second point, really. This has become like a pseudo coaching video, but like my second point is that the problem with this game, and the reason why it's so hard to be really good at this game, is you need to clock in hours, bro. Like, becomes a certain point where you're just not gonna win because your deductive reasoning skills, right, the skills that you use to be able to tell what somebody is doing and how to punish that, they can be really good, but you just could be like super blind as to like what to actually do in that situation because you haven't been in the situation like ever. Like, the people who like have a lot of wins, alright, like there's only really one person who's like situational like awareness like is so good that it kind of like trumps their like game knowledge, right? And it's kind of like Sandstorm, because Sandstorm, he has like the lowest amount of hours in terms of like pro players, but he still has like the best decision making because like he just like can download a bunch of stuff, right? And that's what makes him really good. So like he doesn't necessarily need to know every single option or majority of the options because he just has he has like the important stuff down. He also unironically plays weapons that are like they help that a lot. Like Scythe, you don't necessarily need to like the options for Scythe is easy is what I'm saying. There's not much like variance to it. Like if somebody dodges in on Scythe, like you enlight them and they dodge in, just enlight them again. Like there's like that's the variance as far as it goes. He knows some like there's some stuff that like is pretty technical. Like after hitting like a Sair combo, you can do a sidelight on the ground. But like for the most part, it's just like his decision making is really good. So like that's like the only player I can think of where like their hours do not like they don't have a bunch of hours like clocked in. And also like Sandstorm lives in training mode, so it doesn't really count because while he might not get a bunch of hours from games, he gets them from training mode, so it kind of evens out. And that's just like an example I wanted to use. But nearly every good player has a shit ton of hours behind their thing. That still doesn't mean you can't improve without having a bunch of hours. It's just that majority of people don't live in training mode, and that's fine because it's boring. Like I don't find training mode fun. I barely go in it ever. Like the last time I was in training mode was when I was learning to do delay recovery on keyboard. But like outside of that, I don't go into training mode. There's no point for me to. Like situations, I can learn how to do them in ones or like an experimental. And there's also like the type of gameplay I've been like really like pushing right now, which is like what we call autopiloting. Like I'm just talking and playing the game. I'm not really trying to read this guy. Like I'm not thinking too much of the match. And autopiloting is when you notice that I'm not doing any of the stuff I said. Like I'm not trying to read this guy's jumps. I'm not trying to read his dodges. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm kind of just playing the game and letting those like years of knowledge kind of do all the work for me. But I think I'm gonna play this game out. I think I might just wrap it up there. I kind of went into like a pseudo coaching session in the middle of that, so I hope it all recorded. I think my mic should be working, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully like you guys actually like find this stuff interesting, or like you can tell me which one of the two you want, because I'll coach people. I don't care. I'm not very good at it, but maybe you might get something about it, because I might not be good at coaching, but I think I'm decently good at explaining stuff. Okay. All right. You good, boss? You've done like only SIGs. I think he might be doing a challenge video, man. I'm not a fan of this damn weapon. Oh, I messed up. Alright, that was super scuffed because that was a GC side stick. I thought he was going to dodge up, and then it came out as a dodge, and then I had to make my way back to the stage. Okay. Oh, that was good. Oh, I'm just dead. Alright, I thought I was alive. And also, I shouldn't have rushed to use up my options up. Red Raptor, what a weird character. There was an attempt there. Also, I'm coming under the realization that like Cross is gonna get like nerfed again. And I don't know if Onyx will get nerfed because BMG doesn't seem to like nerfing Onyx, but Cross is gonna get nerfed because of twos. Everybody and their dad plays Chronix, which is the premier 2v2 team in NA, which is basically Cross and Onyx. Like right now in NA Summers, there are 5 people playing Chronix. 5 teams out of the 8 in top 8. Like, you know how crazy that is? And like, the team comp is obviously very strong, and it makes sense why people would play a strong team comp. But it's like, it's definitely one of those things that's like, man, like my character is probably gonna get hit in ones because of this. Because BMG doesn't have separate balancing. That was just bad by me. I kind of just kept running in on the autopilot. Okay, that guy's the GOAT. I want to turn. Bro, I don't be knowing the elo that these people are at. Because for all I know, this could be like a gold. And it wouldn't surprise me if it was either. Okay, I'm like not hitting this. Okay, that beats me out. Damn, this guy's... Jesus, man. Calm down. Damn, that beat me out. GG's, man. You're the GOAT. I don't know who that is. That might just straight up be Shoes. I'm gonna go check, because I think it's just Shoes. If so, then I was gonna beat him up if I was actually like focused on the game. I'm busy commentating. Okay, it was Shoes. Anyway, that's not important. I will see you guys. GG.